This is LinkedIn Live. This is an Interdisciplinary Implementation LLC, International 038 Video Broadcast Service. My name is Terrence Mitchell. I'm the founder of Interdisciplinary Implementation LLC, which is a theory of change. I'm also the founder of the Neighborhood Level Indicators Corporation, a proven evidence-based model for change, recognized as such by the National Governors Association back in 2000. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining the LinkedIn live stream, and sorry for the technical difficulties we've been having. As we move through the back end of the business week, Thursday, August the 28th at noon, small businesses are driving the economic growth in the U.S. in places where nothing else works. However, many of the main streets face a unique challenge in blighted spaces. And we're focused on those problems here most of the time. Today, Thursday, the day before Friday, stretch day, we have a different focus. This is an orientation day, a day to reach out to all of the age groups that are here on LinkedIn. This is an orientation, and I'm speaking directly to you. And I want to thank you for joining us. And more importantly, I've tailored the orientation to speak with you via a message that resonates with each age demographic using specific narrowcast language, content, and engagement just for you. You are the spotlight today, and the LinkedIn platform. This is the makeup. 56.9% are men, 43.1% are women. The majority or the group of people who come here or the audience today, which is always consistent, is young professionals looking for career advancement. So with no further ado, there are no reports from the Department of Treasury, there are no reports from the Census Bureau, and there are no reports from the U.S. Chamber. Gen Z, good afternoon. You're the fastest growing group on LinkedIn. And the group that, in my opinion, the whole AI dynamic is made for. You make up 24.5% of the users, and you're steadily gaining as a group. Gen Z, let me tell you, I'll always be authentic for you. Let me give you the biggest example. When I say that we're going to give a voice to the voiceless, you're that vehicle. You're the rubber that meets the road. You're how we're going to be able to do that because of your mobility and the fact that you're kings and queens of social media. You're everywhere. You're always watching. So what the job is for me is to put the context of you spending 6 hours a day on social media and not getting paid. That's the formula that I have to figure out in order for you to work with interdisciplinary implementation. So we're going to take your social media habits and make them profitable for you and me. You're never without your phone, but there's a consequence that you suffer from always having that phone. And we'll talk about that a little later because there's some of the older groups that suffer from the same thing. But our objective is to put you in a position to have that second income. We know that the main corporate job is not your focus. You're prepared for a second income, a side hustle, if you will. So my orientation to you is that narrowcasting and narrowcast are authentic and genuine ways for you to be employed with this organization. Just remember, I first employed the terms narrowcasting before the internet. Again, before the internet was even invented. The first citation or reference for narrowcasting can be cited as a letter to the editor voicing the concern that the lack of Black students at the university I attended was pointing out. This was 1983 or 1984. So needless to say, it didn't do anything for my football career, but it created a platform. It gave me a voice. And I've been developing this methodology since then. So I have a question for you, Gen Z, this afternoon pertaining to social media, because you're mobile, you constantly use it, you're the kings and queens of social media. Now, the decision has already been made, but I'm seeking your professional insight. Here we go. In order to provide scholarly work, which is our United States Patent and Trademark Office agreement, and supporting the slogan, "We've been here all the time," and the logo, should Interdisciplinary Implementation join Truth Social? Because the White House official media platform is the president and Truth Social. Or should we not just join? Should we produce programming directly to the president? Or option C, we shouldn't join at all. Ponder that thought for me. Your support in the future will be substantial to the growth and stability of small businesses across America. Welcome to Interdisciplinary Implementation LLC. Next group up, good afternoon, millennials. Millennials are the largest segment of the LinkedIn usership at 50%. 50% of the platform are millennials. Millennials also possess about 54% of the US stocks and bonds. Here on this platform, you can expect me to focus on your professional growth and value in that order. You're at the intersection of career and community, which is a crucial time. I want you to know that small businesses in revitalized areas speak to you. They offer you two unique things: a place to grow professionally and an opportunity to make a tangible difference. Think of it this way: linking your plans for professional development and networking opportunities to grassroots locations within your state or city that are called economic hubs. More so, our membership that's coming up is designed specifically to offer you educational content, a 70-volume series of peer-reviewed articles and other material. You'll see further information being released shortly. So this is what I need you to do. I need you to provide me with the topics of webinars that link your small business ideas or owners to technical applications or technologies that interest you. In turn, we'll help you successfully navigate the challenges of making the introduction and launching into a new venue just to network. These hubs that we'll identify in your state and city will be the bridge. We'll break down the playbook for securing funding, hiring local talent, and scaling for growth. But I want to emphasize that I know that your work-life balance is at the top of your list. And like most millennials, prioritizing work-life balance is your main focus, and a sense of purpose over the traditional corporate path that most have taken. So your call to action is, I need your assistance in identifying this price point of $200,000 to have one Interdisciplinary Implementation LLC site in each state. My calculations are with the right planning and the right team, we can get that figure down to $75,000 per site and have this done by the end of the year. So please ponder that for me. Gen X making up 21% of the LinkedIn populace here on the platform. Good afternoon. But most importantly, you're the experienced professionals in this madness, the management, the leadership, and you have the highest purchasing power. Now, I just talked about this state-by-state cost of $200,000. I'd like you to also work on this. 75K a state is what we're shooting for. Having at least one individual. Your focus on expertise is appreciated and needed now in this equation. Gen Xers, I plan to give you experienced professionals who, one, appreciate you, and who, two, know that the most important thing to you is actionable information. Actionable information. So we have membership programs designed specifically for that. You're going to get policy, practice, and programs all in one. We know that you want the industry trends, the case studies. Everything for you is centered around and focused on investment, in-depth analysis. We're going to share the long-form articles. We'll present the data on how these investments generate both financial return and community uplift. So your call to action. What are the obstacles? Identify someone in your state, your region, to join the interdisciplinary team. What is the cost for your region? It varies. What is the cost for a remote worker in your state? Please advise. What would you do? Who would you hire? Finally, I want to say good afternoon to the baby boomers. Those who own, some say, 80% of the stock in bonds in the U.S. Good afternoon. You know something funny? When I say I'm going to give a voice to the voiceless, I would bet that 99% of the people without a voice seek to speak with those among this 3.3% of LinkedIn platform users, the baby boomers, those who make the real decisions. I know your focus is mentorship and legacy. You bring decades of experience and influence to the table. This isn't just about investing for you, I know. It's about building legacy and mentoring the next generation of business leaders. I seek you out for features and content to influence executives, to guide them towards long-term success. We share a need for authoritative, trustworthy content, more white papers, expert opinions from the best in their particular field of study. We focus on the long-term impact of small business investment in communities. I seek your experience, in-depth analysis, professional accomplishments that serve to provide valuable, trustworthy, firsthand lived experiences. Your call to action, invest in us now. Thank you for taking time out for the orientation. I want to thank all of the age groups for joining us today. And I want to thank you. Thursday, September 28th, 2025. So join us next week on Wednesday, September 3rd, 2025. There may have been a date in there wrong somewhere. Next week, September 3rd, 2025 at 9 a.m., LinkedIn Live News. This is an international 038 video broadcast by Interdisciplinary Implementations LLC. Thank you for joining us.